even.
Should is the operative word, and with that, a no scope from slow action as well means Splash can just pick up life. And look how, like, that was just such a clean execute there. Two players from FPX trying to hold the line down in Life and Scary both just get dropped from Splash and Slowly. And when you've got your kind of aggression, when you've got your duelist doing exactly what you need, a miss! Quite a few misses from Slowly. Probably not going to be relevant in the end up. No, not going to be the case. Yeah, it's a tough looking map for the side of FPX, especially with how these flashes and these executes are going. Don't get me wrong, it's difficult as hell to do, but we are looking at, you know, what kind of should be the cream of the crop, the top performers of our region. These are mistakes that you need to have ironed out before you set yourself on this stage.
Now, do you think that round goes differently if Scary finds Slowly there instead of vice versa? Or do you think, I mean, that's just still only one down? And Tyler still kind of cleans it up.
One down, but a Marshall, and 101 damage is big because it makes like just like 1 or 2 shots from a pistol. Like 101 damage from a Marshall, especially on low buy, means like a classic now 2-shot body shots in a lot of cases, or at 1-tap headshots almost consistently. So that's a factor that can be considered as well here. Okay, factor being considered here is the sandwich being made out of Tyloo here, but the sandwich being made out of FPX by Tyloo here, I should say. And look at how FPX tried to stack towards that A main, and 3 members of Tyloo just set towards Art. No one's there to cover them, and then those players that are in A main suddenly just are in a grinder, and that's exactly what happens. They get ground down.
Only a couple rounds left for them to try not to get ground down here. It's going to be a 2v4 retake, but at this point you have to try to do it now. All down to Scary. They know where to look, though. Doing a little bit of spamming, and I can only assume that they did find Scary there.
Yeah, cut to 11 HP, and cut to 11 HP, and then we cut to the players.
The players, like, there's no way Scary found one, right?
Look, there is a world where like actually the most peak cinema happens, which is we cut to the players, and we cut to Tyloo, and all of a sudden all their faces drop. And then all of a sudden
they have another
yeah, like their faces drop, or like FPX suddenly we just have to cut like back to the game because Scary's doing something absolutely unheard of, but sadly not going to be the case. 1 round left, and yeah, FPX is trying to make something happen at this stage.
I mean, what a fun game that would be. Only watch the players' reactions and guess what happened.
Just place your bets on who's winning based on only. Just go one step further. Their faces. Go one step further and do it for the coaches. Like, how angry do the coaches look right now? How concerned does the IGL look? That's not gonna work.
Because think about like PaperX Alex. Like, he looks like that even when they're winning.
He does. Alex has a very resting losing face, even if they're like 12-0.
He starts shouting because they did something really stupid, even though they're like. They won flawlessly, and he's still like, that was slamming his desk. I don't know, but if I'm the coach for FPX, I might be slamming my desk right now too.
Oh my god. In that time we were talking there, like, FPX just kind of got walked around. There was no engagement, there was no utility. Tyloo just kind of took the disengage from A and walked onto the B site without much commitment. We've seen the flash go through there. Look at the difference there. Splash swings into 2 members of FPX that are both completely flashed. He doesn't get the kill, but then Yoru just swings off the back of him. That's it. And that's the coordination, that's the cohesion you need to work off of those flashbangs. And FPX, I'm happy to say, and I think some people in the chat are probably saying it as well, it's just not FPX's map, move on, but I genuinely am a bit concerned we've seen some cracks there that cannot be put down to simply a map comfort.
Yeah, that does kind of worry me, and I'm sure FPX as well, to end your first map 13-3. Definitely not how you want it to go. But I mean, for as much as we're talking about what FPX did wrong, I mean, I think TYL just had an incredible map on their map pick. I mean, they looked comfortable, they looked confident, good shots coming out from them. I mean, I think showing why this is their map pick.
Yeah, no, that is the thing. We have been a bit, and all love to FPX. Again, you know, they're there, we're here for a reason, but, you know, you do just have to point out these things. And, I mean, that Kala alone, and then ERV here, this retake, absolutely stunning stuff. Honestly, Tyloo played a clinic of a Pearl. I genuinely believe that the rest of the China Network series, if we see more of Pearl going in to like the future matches, into like the future brackets and such, it's Tyloo has set the standard for how you want to play Pearl, and I think a big aspect of that is because of Sword 9. The disengages, the rotates, everything looked so clean and so concise.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like all around, they all just seemed comfortable on their agents. They understood the assignment. They knew what they needed to do. And like, as much as we're saying like, yeah, FPX needs to work on some of these mistakes they're making, I'm pretty confident that even if FPX fixed a lot of those, I mean, Tyloo would still look just as dominant, just as comfortable. Maybe wouldn't quite be a 13-3 victory, but definitely would have been good.
And
the man himself, look at that smile.
I mean, look at that. he knows he did that. He knows he did that there.
He knows what he done, and he knows the support that he got there, and yeah, incredible stuff. Look at the lethal zones there. Neon dashing into elbow B site. Look at how scary that is, man. You gotta be ready for a Neon at any time, it seems.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I think Splash also did such a great job of like, especially paired with that Astra util. I mean, if you're sitting halls, like you're all but dead. Yeah, and they just never cleared Splash. There were a couple times here, and they didn't clear. And then even when they knew Splash was there, just weren't able to deal with it. I mean, I think, yeah, that smile on his face was genuine. He knows what he just did.
Yes, Splash knows what he did off of the back of slowly. And honestly, Kezrin, your crystal ball is definitely working, because to be able to say to play off of the Astra util, and I think basically the first 2 or 3 kills we see is Splash using the Astra util to like such a clean, dominant style is perfection. I said it was a clinical performance of Pearl, and I think these highlights really are showing it. The difference between Splash and Life, while that is kind of the 2 top performers, I think it's a difference between like Life and Slowly. 9 assists on Yoru is usually a terrible sign. Like, because it means you're not getting kills.
I mean, I also think part of this too, I mean, I think another big difference between Tyloo and FPX is not that I don't think these players were comfortable on their agents, but I think that Tyloo just did a lot better job of working off of their teammates' utility. And like, you could tell they server worked, you could tell they knew how their executes were going to happen, and then they were just able to do that and capitalize off of that. Also, I mean, these first kills, I mean, not surprised 12 of them went the way of Tyloo. I mean, it just, yeah, it's a rough match for FPX to be sure, but like you said, I mean, are they going to be able to put this behind them and just move on to Haven? I mean, one can only hope. But yeah, I mean, I think Tyloo looking incredibly strong, and yeah, I have my doubts going into second map here for FPX.
My hopes are it's Haven. Every player should know Haven. Everyone
True,
on
yes.
every team should know what they are doing, should understand that what is expected of them, what they need to do from their play. Pearl is, yes, just a bit less of a common map, especially some teams just aren't a big fan of it. So if you want to chalk it up to that, we absolutely can. But it is now up to FPX to really say that, okay, it was just first map jitters exist, maybe regardless of map, but they have to say that's what it was. And I'm sure it's being talked about a lot by Legasia right now. I'm sure that roster's getting a stern talking to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I'm on the coaching staff, I have some stuff to say about that. But like you said, I mean, this isn't the end of the series. You can save kind of a lot of that for after the series and just kind of focus on, okay, what are tangible changes we can take and move into Haven. So we're going to let those teams take a much needed break. We will be back for map 2 Haven coming up shortly.
of energy that can't be replaced. No debate, or we can take it back to my place. I can turn around, let me show you how it tastes. Yeah. A baller, mind on the dollar, swallowing the bottle while you're smoking on gelato. Now do you need some of that no-no? Just tell me that you're coming through. Why can't we ever run?
All right, well, I hope you guys all got to stretch your legs during that break, and I certainly hope the players had a chance to do that because, well, Matt Dante coming off of Pearl 13-3, things aren't looking too hot for FPX, but they are moving on to their map pick, Haven.
It's far sunnier. It's far sunnier both in terms of the actual map and hopefully the outlook for FPX, because for anyone that doesn't know as well, we kind of put like the caster predictions and stuff, everything as well. Akai, I think me and you both were actually pretty fond favorites of FPX to take this. Like initially, so at least.
I mean, okay. I made my predictions before I saw map 1. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we all did. Like now all of a sudden things look a little bit different.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised from TYL, and I really liked what I was seeing come out from them. I think we kind of just saw like a Pearl masterclass, and that is, I think one thing that we can kind of discuss and what we can kind of break down from that map is how much was it FPX making mistakes? How much was it TYL just having like incredible reads and incredible execs? And then how much was it FPX not even making normal mistakes, but like chalked up to nerves and kind of a first match thing? I do, however, believe that even if things were going a little bit better in terms of like overall how FPX I think intended to play, I am pretty confident that that would still look like a really good map from TYL. And so yeah, I'm excited to see what they bring here on Haven, because I think they looked really, really strong. So now we'll, as we hop into Haven, I mean, again, I think things are looking a little bit better for the side of TYL, but remember, just pistols.
The pistol round has been very one-sided so far over the entire. I mean, I say over the entire VCT China. It's been 3 games, but it's been very much, or 4 games. Sorry, actually. Pistol round is pistol round. We did just have to cut to it a little bit late there, but so far TYL, very aggressive defense, very comfortable from what we've seen there, not wanting to give FPX any sort of space to get their attack started, and I imagine we'll be seeing that a bit more consistently over the course of this map. TYL not wanting to deal with FPX gaining momentum.
Well, that does mean, again, once again, TYL has a buy up here.
Oh my days. On for the, okay. I was gonna say ERV's ace. We've already had one for China's network. We could have had a second one there. Not gonna be the case for VCT China at the moment, and it is just Setrod here. There's the Bandit really cleaning up there, and already 2 back-to-back rounds for TYL. Very, very clean, and we'll get to look at the agent composition as well in just a second, because we didn't really get to comment on that. So far looks pretty standard issue. Seeing Omen, seeing Neon. I think we're seeing, yeah, that double controller setup, and I think that is from both. Yeah, that double controller setup from both sides that we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, now we'll start to see kind of what FPX is bringing in, and I think, like we said, things look really, really good for TYL. I mean, I think also when we talk about something like momentum, you have to think about the mental momentum of coming off of a 13-3 win, right? You're confident. You just had them there on C-Site 2, second round, like all just kind of walk into your bullet tracers there through the smoke. So I mean, I think you're TYL, you're feeling strong. You don't want to overheat, but I mean, if you're confident, you're gonna start hitting your shots. Those nerves really aren't kicking in for you the way they are for FPX.
TYL have already kind of made a statement. It's FPX's now kind of duty to respond. And Yang getting dove out of the window there. Splash essentially falling onto him, creating his own namesake there. The Killjoy utility now down. So this flank, this reposition coming through, I do like that turn. You can see that Scary is at least somewhat believing that this flank is coming through here. It's a very patient retake though. TYL understanding they don't have as much in terms of the gun, in terms of the buy, but the timing now. Splash finds one slowly as well, but the frag's looking very much the way of FPX. Life and Berlin putting their names on the kill feed, and it is on that left side.
Let's take a look at this replay here. Yeah, little bit tough again for these teams to deal with. Did get down to 2v2, but I mean, just look how happy. I love seeing player cams. I mean, they're so happy. They got that first run on the board, and I think for them, I mean, they have to be feeling good about that. Although they couldn't take too many guns into the next round, neither could their opponents. It's gonna be Splash with an operator though this round, posted up C long. FPX not looking yet to kind of bite C long, but they're just taking things a little bit slower. Talking about some changes too, Haven did have a couple of map changes, notably the one next to window there.
I was literally just about to say, because we never got to, yeah, that no wall bangs from the Odin, or at least a bit more shots required for it, means you don't end up losing one of your key players just because they tried to step through a door, which is a massive change, which is a good change if you're on the attacking side, that you can kind of get through that window angle without immediately being pre-fired. And speaking of getting through, and trying your best to not get pre-fired here, the push through onto the A site, a lot of utility back and forth, paranoias, the snake bites, the fast lanes coming through, slowly getting to Berlin, Life trading them out, so it's now slowly positioned here. Look, all three members of FPX focused on this one corner to try and deal with him. He eventually goes down, time has been killed, the rotate is here, Spike still needs planted. They're not going for it, are they?
No, I mean, I think they baited this rotate over, and they could just kind of push out.
They're off to B.
Switch sites and hold on. I really like this call. I really like this call.
This is genius.
Baited that entire rotation out. They're going to be able to get this plant down, and now they can kind of just decide how they want to hold. Remember, we know they don't, that there's an operator in play now. They might have an inkling that that's an option, though, and they actually elected to play and put this back site, which means it's going to be a little bit harder for TYL to kind of push out and get this diffuse off. Now, the one thing about B site is I think it's a little bit harder to hold post plan, but when you're like that and you don't know where to clear and where to look, Splash is going to fall to Scary, and now it's all down here to Scales, who's not going to be able to do it. Another one for Scary, and that's another round on the board for FPX.
Okay. So we went from, and that's a statement. We went from, okay, FPX, maybe some mistakes that just shouldn't be made, like some rookie errors, as you said, Kai. But then we went to the biggest brain rotate that I've seen on Haven in quite some time there, and Scary's performance already looking quite a bit smoother than Pearl. Again, maybe just the agent, maybe just the map, but either way, Scary's certainly looking a bit more on form. Life as well, going off of the Yoru onto the Neon, looking a bit more confident with it. The attack operator as well, dashing in to try and take that angle. Sword9 not going to be there for the swing, slowly as well, playing very patiently, fittingly enough, on towards that A short. This is a good amount of control gained and a very patient start to this round 5.
I mean, I think we're starting to see why this is FPX's map pick, and you're right. I mean, I think a lot of the mistakes they were making on Pearl, you're like, okay, those are, I mean, respectfully, not what we should be seeing from any team on the VCT stage. But yeah, I mean, and definitely showing that, like, yeah, they're obviously competent, and they can, you know, make these kind of round altering decisions. We saw that in round 4 with that choice to rotate. We're seeing with the pace that they're playing with here as well.
Oh, speaking of slowly getting one onto Scary, though, that's the big factor. It's actually forced the little rotate out of short, the disengage, but with the fact that Life has just kind of walked onto site to take this control, the fight's going to have to happen, but a beautiful shot, the overdrive, and Slowly's timing onto Cetrod as well. Saves Scales his life, and Ayang now stuck in short with no guns to work with, no team to work with, sorry. Only a gun to work with, but a 1 versus 3, a touch too far. Excellent control answered back from TYL there. No concerns at all, let's face it. And an operator saved now for the defense.
I mean, I think that's the thing, right? As much as you can say, like, oh, things are looking good here for FPX, it looks like they're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. You can't really kind of argue with how smooth and confident TYL has been looking, and I think that's still just something that FPX, no matter how much more confident and strong and sharp they seem on this map, they're still gonna have to deal with TYL. Woo!
Yeah, and I mean, slowly, Slowly and Scales combined have just hit some shots. Like, talk about how, like, for Neon especially, like, Neon is a nightmare to deal with if you're against a good Neon and your mechanics maybe aren't up to par, but Life is currently dealing with dashing in, excellent movement, and then getting shot in the face for it anyway. Scales is shot on in previous round there. What Slowly is doing, let's not, like, undersell. Slowly, your Killjoy Sentinel is 11 and 2, lockdown online, and hasn't even thought about using it because there's no need. Big miss from Splash, but with the low, but okay, he makes up for it with that flick. It's okay. He doesn't care. He can happily do it if the first try doesn't work. Just try and try again, and he's done it. He's done that enough to kind of shut down this push. Berlin, though, at least look towards that C site. The spike looks to be going down.
Spike is down, but slowly, like you said, 11 and 2 is right there. Makes that 12 and 2. And with only Scary left to work with, that defuse is going to come off quite easily.
Do they know where he is? Do they know? Can Scary do it again?
I think they do.
Yeah, they find him. You know what? Just for Scary to make a point, I wanted to see it.
Well, you know, for a second there, when Nerf was looking the other way, I thought Scary had him. Then he looked back, and I knew. We knew. Yeah, look at that. I mean,
like,
look at
that's 2 bullets. Like, a Sova dart is backing you up, and no one cares.
Man, I mean, just insane. Yeah, TYL is locked in. They're ready. They were ready for this season to start. I mean, they were ready for stage 1. They're like
they were ready for 2026 and 2025. I know, they're like, man.
It's match day 1. Like, when are we going to Santiago? Like, what's up? What do we have to do?
This is what they have to do, and they're doing it absolutely perfectly. Slowly yet again, this garage push from FPX, I want to point it out because in Pearl they were very much like they wanted to push B, and they kept trying to push B, and it seems like FPX, they're now trying to push C, and they're very stubborn in it. It's taking so much from TYL to even make FPX consider a disengage, and it has happened now, but you can tell from FPX they're still a bit hesitant about where they want to go fully as a decision maker here. The spike's still stuck down towards just the spawn, and with 50 seconds left, the Sova drone gets used. A decision needs made.
I mean, I think it's really tough for FPX because, like you said, I mean, TYL's doing a pretty good job of holding on to that C, right? Which kind of funnels them here towards A. And TYL are also just able to kind of stack and get good position as well. It looks like they're electing to go towards B. Scales is gonna find one. That's enough time for Sully to push out a garage.
Oh, the FPX rotate again. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, FPX. Okay, the tap onto B baits out the lockdown, so no concerns there. That's very clean from FPX. So what we're seeing here is TYL are very much invested in not letting FPX get into this kind of into their half of the map because they'll get the plant and they can do sneaky things like this. However, the retake is done so clinically.
I did like that read from FPX. I quite liked it. In fact, So much so that it did, you're right, bait that kind of lockdown for the B site, and they had site. But I mean, when you're dealing with TYL, who are just kind of like warmed up right now, I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they let you get on site. Like, if you can't get in good positions, like.
What can you do?
Also, I mean, if you're peeking angles and things, like, you have to be ready to take the fight, right? You always have to assume someone's gonna be there. That's the point in kind of scaling up, right? You're not scaling going, oh, no one's gonna be here, I'm just gonna keep walking. Like, you always have to be ready to take that fight. And it looks like FPX just isn't. So even when they're in a fight, it's like they're kind of caught on their back foot. And by that time it's too late, right? They already have shots on them from TYL, so well-placed timeout from FPX. Again, I don't hate some of the calls once they're able to create space. I like the rotating. It's like, never let them know your next move, right? Keep them on their toes, but they're just not able to follow through with anything.
They're sacrificing a lot just to get to that opening spot, as you mentioned it, just with the lockdown currently. And I mean, we're not going to be able to see the stats just now, but I think we're looking at 14-2 for Slowly, or something very close to that. Like, you can't walk onto C site with that. You deal with the funnel. You have to use so much utility then to even get to that half of the map, let alone to get onto the site. And then the retake, the disengage again from TYL. They know exactly when they need to just leave a site. 13-2 from Slowly. There it is. But they're playing again just another clinic where as soon as they need to disengage, as soon as they understand they've got the man advantage, they can play retakes, they can play off of utility. It's all happening through, and a 3-man commit towards C here. It's a bit of a hard call about FPX's play. It's going to be incorrect, but look at how fast the rotate's already coming through.
I mean, that's beneficial. That's another thing too. I mean, you talk about a map like Haven, the rotations are faster actually for the attackers than the defenders. And still, I mean, by this time, TYL's already able to post up on the A site. They're ready for these trades come out. Even though you're able to get on site, you can't hold on to site. You can't get that plant down. Trades coming out left and right, but TYL still has that man advantage.
Oh, and the gun as well, the shorty, the overdrive. Okay, Ayang holding it firm, and now it's 1 versus 1. It is the killjoy off. Ayang at half HP loses the alarm bot now because of putting it down, but does give him the information that Slowly is towards that defender side here. It's all down to this swing. Ayang on half HP, but Slowly is just on a different level right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ayang stuck against the top performer of TYL by quite a standard, and it's just not enough. Again, a touch too far. The space was gained, the position controlled, but TYL answer back time and time again.
But even like we look at this, that kind of last kill by Slowly, right? The little KJ standoff, but it's almost like, again, I mean, that wasn't a slow, deliberate, like, right? I mean, FPX knew exactly where Slowly was. You know exactly where Slowly is, so why aren't you could pre-fire, you could just like kind of slowly kind of just scale and see where you find info, but Slowly's going to be holding that, so you have to be ready for that fight before Slowly is, otherwise you're just walking into his crosshair like you are like right here. Like the trade is coming out though. Trade is coming out, but it doesn't matter when you have Splash on site as well. A little too far for the shorty to kind of find contact. Scary is gonna find one, but down to 2 HP. Has ultimate though, yeah.
And here we go now, another standoff here. Scary, yeah, just going for it. I like that Scales as well. The knowledge there, the awareness just to say that he doesn't need to hold the spike, because he's expecting that ultimate to come through. So the spike planted, which was a difference here. Like last time Ayang and Slowly in the previous round were in this situation, they did not have the spike down, which is why Ayang was in a difficult situation. Scary this time, though, has everything to work with. The Viper wall goes up. Scales is just trying to play this patiently, see if FPX overswing. But Scary, we can see, is not going to be. The steps come through, and the wide swing, and Scary just can't keep up with the steps.
That sit down is crazy. You're just kicking them all the way down. You know, I'm surprised. What I thought Scary would have done, just given how FPX has played this, I actually thought Scary was going to ult, grab the spike, and then rotate back over to C. This is what I thought was gonna happen. There was enough time. There was enough time.
FPX will never plant on the spike will never plant on the site you think they are going to plant it on, because damn it, man, that is the one aspect of their kit they've had. But everything else, yeah, I mean, Scales just swings in, clears every angle, plays it slow, plays it complete, and plays it concise.
I think it might have been a little bit different if Scary had more than 2 HP, because would have felt in a little bit more of a comfortable position to not have to just like react, and so the wide swing I think wouldn't have maybe been as volatile. But again, I mean, TYL just looking so comfortable. They know how to play it. They know how to hold site. Slowly gonna find one before getting traded out.
I wanna quickly point out, right? Slowly is not only just like fragging out. Do you see the amount of utility he's like consistently forcing out of FPX? Like deals with the oil drone, dealt with a nano swarm, dealt with what is essentially a lockdown for his team. Like not only, speaking of control, able to get that lurk up at least, able to get his team something, just jumps out ERV, no concern at all. But with the confidence that he has, tries to take the frag. Scary, putting him in his place, telling him why that's a mistake, and surely with the spike down, a 3 versus 2, the ultimate's even favoring FPX, this is their round to lose.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking really good for them. I think they should have this, and they do. But again, you know, I hesitate because look at that 2v4 we saw on Pearl, and yeah, I mean, I think that was well played by FPX. I would like to see them inch closer towards maybe like more definitive round wins, but yeah, I mean, they should feel good about that. Those trades came in, they were able to take site, and overall had some good reads.
I mean, yeah, the good read. I mean, that control, don't get me wrong. I mean, to get Ayang actually up through there, to get that control, to get that site presence, he did. Very, very pivotal. But that's kind of the first time that we've seen TYL not hold every angle or kind of have FPX's number on that. And if FPX can continue that, then fantastic, excellent. We have to see if that was just a blip from TYL though or not. It's an excellent push from Life in terms of the theory, but he's done it on his own. He's been left alone to die in C-site against Slowly, who is still just adding to his kill feed. We're up to 17 and 4 from your Sentinel.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of that is, I mean, one, so many rounds that FPX just like pushed right in the Slowly's kind of hold and util. I think also really good positioning coming out from Slowly, but I don't think it's just Slowly. I mean, I will say that's all of TYL, I think. I think another thing that's I really like to see from TYL is that they trust. It's like you can see the trust in all their teammates, right? Like they trust anyone to kind of go and pop off when they need to, and know that they have the rest of the team to fall back on. A good ultimate coming out here. Good Viper's Pit. Oh, that gun was just peeking right out of there too.
Oh,
nice. Good scan.
A good Viper's Pit, a better Sova Dart. Holy, I mean, Kaiserine, you are a prophet.
Gosh.
You are a prophet. You say how much this team trusts each other. Look at what is happening. ERV just standing in a Viper's Pit, knowing he gets the backup. That is a disgustingly lucky shot onto Citron, don't get me wrong. But that follow-up was just team play, was just cohesion, was just pure coordination.
Man, I don't even know what to say that hasn't already been said. I mean, they just look so comfortable. They look so strong. I love to see the util combos, because I think that's it. They're not relying on hero plays. So even though, I mean, they do come out, I wouldn't even say the hero plays. I think they're just multi-frags that come out, because I think at no point is it like, oh, we need one player to save us. Things are looking pretty good here for FPX. They've slowly started to figure out that, hey, if we can just contest B, maybe things will work out for us. But slowly that starts to fall. It's a 2v2, now down to a 1v1, and it's going to be FPX to win it out this time.
Cetrod, they're actually, we're going to see it in the replay, they're keeping an eye on where he is, because this is arguably baiting until it becomes a very key refrag. The trigger discipline from Citrod here to actually just let the rest of the engagement occur. We'll catch up with it in just a second. Obviously, we'll see the guns kind of go through and that kill feed light up. A really nice TP from Scary as well. That control up on top of the kind of mid-side. But look at Citrod here. He let Splash get away with it. He let Splash deal with it, deal with the Killjoy push, and then flicks towards it. Excellent, excellent stuff. But they have a hell of a mountain to climb going into the second half.
I think that's something we haven't highlighted quite enough, is that we've talked about how good TYL had been, at least on Pearl, and we'll see it now coming into Haven as we swap sides, but how good their execs were. But we didn't talk about their positioning enough, and I think that's one thing that comes to mind. We kind of briefly talked about it with their Neon there, just kind of holding site on defense, but I think their positioning is really good. Their timing and just their general awareness it is great. And so like you said there with Citrod, positioning, great positioning, the trigger discipline to know when to start shooting and when to find those frags. I mean, I think just overall, I think just doing a phenomenal job all around.
Yeah, there is a phenomenal job. I mean, don't get me wrong, like we are seeing like glimpses of FPX's like attempts and everything, but it is right now just a different kind of it's a different kind of TYL that we are seeing. Just everything about it looks so cohesive, so coordinated. And to build off, like, you know, that trust statement you said earlier, Kaiserine, you said, like, TYL are very clearly trusting in each other to, like, use the utility to back each other up, reswing. FPX are clearly doing that too. It is just they're not playing it probably at the rate, or at least the speed right now. That has to be... That cannot be right. 100% from Slowly? He's been there for every kill? I mean, I guess. I mean, I mean, if you look at the slash line, I mean, 17 and 5, but every kill is a statement from your Sentinel.
Yeah, I mean, I think, though, like, again, I mean, I don't think it just comes down to, like, oh, we're putting all this pressure on our Sentinel to do this, because I think it's more just like the way FPX are playing and the way, like we talked about, I mean, it's all coming down to this trust, but
yeah,
being able to play off your utility, but also you have that positioning, and also like FPX just continually like pushing onto your site, and yeah, I mean,
yeah. So far,
you hate to see it if you're an FPX fan.
Oh, you hate to see that too. It looked like such a strong hold initially. Ayang able to fight back at least, but the spike now down. The HP values very much favoring FPX, the positions as well, arguably so. Is both members here, Life as well on the flank, but he is being double held actually. The call out from TYL is huge. They had the prediction, they just sat in towards the attacker side, or the defender side spawn. They knew a flank was coming through and they understood that Ayang was going to be on heaven. Genuinely, there is just a read from TYL right now in terms of this map. They are understanding FPX's positioning. They're understanding how they want to play this. Even on a single retake, that was TYL's first attack round, and they were playing that and positioning like they've been doing it for the last 8.
And I think that is quite difficult too for FPX, because I know like TYL, yes, we've been saying how strong they are in general, but especially on these pistol rounds. And if you're FPX, especially given how the rest of the rounds were, like, you really need to be winning those pistol rounds where everything else considered you're on equal footing, because, you know, those are just a couple rounds of a buffer that you have as you kind of move throughout these rounds. And so giving that to TYL that it already is so strong, because look, they win here on their buy-up, that's 10-4, right? That's looking a lot different, whereas had you won... Because it's really not just the one pistol, it's the second buy-up, and then you buy up on your third, but even that's a little bit tough. So yeah, FPX in a tough position, especially now that, like you said, I mean, it's always that Sova first of all, and that's all of that kind of info and intel that you can't rely on.
Yeah, you can. And meanwhile, look at the opposing Sova. Sword 9 has been up pretty consistently. The oil drone comes through, splash off the back of it, does take some damage here, but just Skills even just lurking through mid with a ghost of all things, just taking down 2, makes it 3k overall, and Life's flank has been red yet again. It's TYL here just... They understand this map right now. They understood Pearl to a fluid level that was very difficult to read. But look at that. Berlin trying for this aggressive push. Ghost for it on his own. He's already being held. There's no hesitation. There's no taking TYL by surprise. And a lot of that is down to, like, the utility. We've talked about the kind of Sova darts and stuff. But there is also just has to be said here, it is just TYL on a different mindset right now.
I mean, whatever TYL's doing, whatever they have talked about, whatever they had been cooking over break, I mean...
Cooked to perfection.
I feel like a lot of what we're doing is just kind of like criticizing FPX, because I do genuinely believe FPX are making a lot of mistakes. Like I wouldn't expect from teams that have this international experience. But that being said, I mean, TYL's so strong that I think even if FPX has been cleaning up some of these, and I know I keep it's like I'm hammering the same point over and over, but like
it's an important
point. I
point.
don't want it to seem like we are not giving credit where it's due to TYL. I mean, they are just looking so comfortable, so strong. So, like, I mean, to think that this is FPX's map pick and they're still just constantly having that read over FPX.
Like, the fact there that Splash, like, the utility goes through, this is B site. It's such a consistently hard site to attack onto because you're stuck between the A site and the C site, but Splash just uses the relay bolt, gets in, gets the first frag, then gets Cetrod through. You've got the lurk from Slowly as well, so if the flank comes through, which you can see is being attempted by Scary, the alarm bot goes off, and then it's down to Slowly just to get this frag. He even checks. Look at that. Checks down C long to see if anyone else is supporting this flank attempt. Not going to be the case. The paranoia comes through. That's all Slowly needs, just to swing off of it and get the frag. The attempt from Life to do what Splash is doing and not able to kind of replicate it the same way. Ayang, a rock, and an impossible place as Sword just sticks the knife in the back.
Yeah, you can kind of also start to see on FPX's faces some of the just kind of what's at stake here. I mean, the frustration, you're down, what, 11-4 now at this point on your map pick. You're hoping to bring it to Abyss, but that seems nigh impossible. And I think, too, when I mean, so that's part of the nerves, right? Is like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm desperate because I need to make it to Abyss. Whereas, like, you can see the difference when you're looking at the faces in terms of, like, those on TYL. I mean, they're having a good time, and that's, like, kind of coming through in their playstyle, right?
Yeah, I would definitely say the playstyle are reflecting just a lot that idea of we need to make something clutch happen, so we're trying to go for these flanks. But TYL respected the timer on Pearl as well, and they're respecting the timer in Haven. They are not really concerned about anything coming through that they can't deal with. And even look at this, a timeout from TYL, if anything, just to make FPX sit on their laurels, to make FPX doubt themselves. Like, don't get me wrong, arguably FPX can use this timeout to their benefit, but with TYL's momentum here, as strong as it is, calling a timeout is almost just saying, look at how confident we are playing, look at how much we are reading you, we are understanding what you are attempting to do. We are going to make you sit on another round loss here. So FPX, they need to counter swing, they need to have something discussed in that timeout, but with the utility and the guns that they currently have for them, not looking too easy.
I mean, TYL calling a timeout there, doesn't it almost feel like a, here, let's throw you a bone. You could use this timeout. Like,
oh,
I mean,
damn, Kaiser, no holes. I don't necessarily disagree. I don't. Oh,
Very good positioning yet again. Things not looking too good for FPX. They definitely use that time out to their advantage. They're gonna get this plant down, and now it's all down to Scary and C-Todd with just these sheriffs in hand.
He still knows. He's still there. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like at this point, FPX must actually be. He throws the gun away as well. Slowly, no. FPX actually must be furious. Slowly must feel like a phantom. He is in every angle. He is. Anytime anyone is seemingly trying anything from FPX, it's just slowly to kind of turn around and go, what's all this then?
They're gonna start seeing slowly in their nightmares, man.
Like, seriously. And to just throw away your gun. I want to, like, throwing away your gun slowly is saying there that despite this performance, he's not taking fights. He doesn't think he can win. He gets that frag, he sees the lower HP, and he's like, you know what, just throw the gun away. Don't let Citron pick it up. And FPX need to pick this up now because they have to get 8 rounds just to have a glimpse at overtime, let alone the third map.
Yeah, I mean, 8 rounds in a row just to bring it to OT is a tough ask. Got the opening picks. It's still a 3v3. Anything's possible. But now suddenly all down to life, has an operator in hand, a little bit far away from that ult as well. And you can see how jittery those peaks are. What are they gonna do? Oh, not able to find the shot either. That's that last nail in the coffin. 13-4 on their own map pick, Mad Dante.
Yeah, I mean, Kai, we were saying, and like again, we have been very critical of kind of FPX, but going back to just how strong TYL were, I think if FPX had really kind of composed themselves and were playing kind of what we would normally expect off of them, based on the way TYL were playing, I don't think the map differential changes. I think it's just the round differential. You know, Pearl might have been closer to 13-8. Yeah, you know, Pearl might have been closer to 13-8, 13-9. Haven may be the same, but I think both maps, just from the way it's been played, very comfortably go TYL's way.
I agree, and I think part of that comes with like making sure we're still giving credit where it's due to TYL, because they did look just so much stronger in general. I do agree with you though. I mean, I think though, and we have addressed them, but there are a lot of issues that needed addressed with FPX that I think could only help them. And I think part of the reason we hold them up to this high standard is, one, we have seen them play better than this. I mean, a 13-4, 13-3, that's not typical for I think a lot of teams at this level, this caliber. And two, I mean, just like some mistakes that, like, yes, I mean, TYL's a great team, but FPX were also handing them some of those rounds too. But all things considered, you're right. I mean, TYL played phenomenally. They're definitely a team you're gonna watch, and I agree. I think although the round differential I think would change with FPX just kind of fixing some of that, you're right. The map differential would not have changed. I think that was TYL's series to win, and they did it.
That was TYL's series to win. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And I mean, like, with just what's coming through, we're going to be jumping to the interview now to get to hear it. So, oh.
Yeah, were you nervous at all during the match? Yeah, it says the team helps them like kind of relax a bit.
没有队医，我们队医会给我放松、按摩什么的。
Yeah, how does it feel being here at the arena?
对，但今天打的真的是非常的出色，我们在你的现场表现是完全看不出来这种情绪。那其实来到了广州。
Yeah, and he's like first time being here in such a like big stage. And I'm very excited, and I'm gonna treasure this.
第一次来到这么大的舞台，很激动，然后也很珍惜这个舞台。
很珍惜这个舞台
对，
而且你今天的表现确实非常值得站在这里被所有人看见。
And how did you like target FPX specifically?
深海明珠的首选，其实我们就知道天路其实做好了非常万全的准备，而且这张地图无论是那面对方 plus 这样一支强。
Yeah, he's like everyone's like defending their sites like properly. If we have to fight, we fight. If we have to like retreat, we retreat.
就是每个人守好自己的点，然后该接就接，该射就射，该打就打。
打得非常。
And what are your personal goals for Kickoff?
对，自信是最重要的。
对的，自信永远都是最重要的。那今天是2026五位。
And he's like, I'll do my best to like get the ticket to Master Stand here.
能给我们分享一下起点赛你的个人目标又是什么？
个人目标。
And now's time for the lucky draw for the
尽全力
audience.
去争夺大师赛的门票吧。
那我们也非常期待你的表现。好，再一次感谢 ERV 选手接受我们的采访。那我们本场比赛其实也是设有福能掉落的抽奖活动。
All right, well, thank you so much, Vidas, for the lovely translation of this interviews. And I love, first of all, just huge shout out to Project Horizon for being able to bring us the English broadcast of these Chinese matches, because I think it's nice being able to kind of have a bigger eye on this, of course, global stage, because like, I mean, there's some teams that you want to have an eye on as we get ready to move to internationals, and Mad Dante, I think TYL might be one of those teams.
TYL certainly looked to be one of those teams, and like and we're going to be getting to kind of see like the replays and the highlights and such coming through. We'll get to hear team comms as well. The two factors I really want to point out are, again, we are being critical of FPX. We are holding them to this standard. It is because it was the standard they have set previously from their performances and stuff. This is not in any way because we don't think they can do it, or we believe genuinely, you know, FPX have been a name for a reason. They understand exactly what's necessary of them. But on the flip side, and we heard it on the interview there, when TYL are saying, oh, we know when to take fights, we know when to rotate, we know when to... That's evident, and it's evident all 5 of them know that. There's not a single moment where it looked like anyone was disagreeing with a comm, anyone was confused about what the play was. Everyone looked so coordinated from Zyler.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you mentioned earlier, you know, we both kind of predicted FPX to win this matchup. I will gladly take the L on this one if it means I get to witness TYL playing like that. What a pleasant surprise. But I mean, I'm sure for a lot of people that wasn't a surprise, right? I mean, it's hard to look at that and think that they don't always play like that. And I think a lot of teams, especially, you know, we talk, and it's of course in the future that international stage, but I mean, just the coordination, I think, and you can tell, and we have a chance to listen into the team comms as well, but just the coordination, the trust that this team has, yeah, definitely something you want to keep an eye on, and I think that's something other teams kind of have to go up to.
我招黑，
我帮你，回来，A 小一个，A 大起了，开抢了，哎，帮你进来，二下，哎，大，A 小一个，回来，看懂，A 小一个，帮你一个，喂，A 小，等我，我有墙，别搂，要炮来 ，just pick，A 小一个，我来打，A 小
，Let's go boys！
帮你接了一个，
看谁呢？
没有，
我刚给你开火，不怕，他没有霓虹枪掉了。
我扎板子后了，兄弟。
OK，
开火！
开了。干嘛？好，哇塞，爆炸了！
把那边给啊，一个，啊，剩我练，
两个，右边2个都在，海中不知道，
慢点，小四我射箭，
等会，来，将就给我这样，给大家。
好的，那么第2张地图 MVP 也是给到了 Slowly 选手，他的起
And
确实
who else? Who else was it going to be, Kaiserine? Let's
Yeah,
face it.
评分2.9的 KD。
I don't think anyone's surprised here. Certainly not I.
No.
But well deserved.
And look at, this is the thing, look at those lethal zones, look at the split. It's not just on one site, it's not, you've got C, you've got the entrance to C, you've got the C-Link from Garage, you've got A short, a couple of them, and then you've got like the A entry from Spawn. Yeah, and then there's Spawn, yeah.
By the way.
There's Spawn, the man just every time, like, we're going to see, I could not have put it better myself in terms of you're going to be seeing slowly in your nightmares if you are FPX, because always there, always a thorn in their side, even like to deal with utility, to get the frags, everything was just a masterclass from himself. And that's not to say the rest of TYL, you know, didn't show up whenever they needed to, but to be honest, Slowly was the one kind of stealing the show.
No, and I think that's kind of like goes back to what we're saying too, is like I don't feel like a lot of this map was boiling down to a hero play by Slowly by any means, nor do I think that it's like, oh, if Slowly is not alive, it's game over for TYL. Like, I don't think that's the case whatsoever, not even close. No. However, Slowly had a phenomenal game. 21-8-2. I mean, I don't think that's anyone can doubt that. And we got to take a look at the lethal zone earlier, but I think the entire map is a lethal zone if Slowly's still alive.
It's a lethal zone for TYL, and like, I mean, looking at the rest of that breakdown, you know, you've got like 14 and 9s and such, like from your Yoru or from your Neon and such. Like Splash was doing incredible stuff as well. Like, it's very much down to the team just popping off. I mean, 13 first kills to 4. Every first blood TYL get is converted. Every spike they planted was converted as well. And FPX were only given 2 possibilities to even convert that, and they could only walk away with 1.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit. I think if you're FPX, you kind of have a lot of VOD reviewing to do, especially on your map pick. But it does kind of leave me wondering, you know, what do both of these teams kind of have to bring to their next matchups? I think because I have a hard time believing that TYL is not going to be a force to be reckoned with for any of these teams, or certainly a lot of these teams. But also, I mean, the onus is kind of on FPX, right? You just put up 7 total rounds the entire series, so as you move into your next matchups, like what are you bringing? Is this going to change the map pools that you are looking to play? I mean, you know, how much of that is comfortability? How much of that was just like, you know what, you weren't going to win this matchup anyway? I mean, just a lot to consider as we get ready to move throughout the rest of the stage. But yeah, I mean, pleasantly surprised by TYL, and I look forward to keeping up with them, because man, if they aren't a force to be reckoned with right now.
That's, I mean, see, we're looking forward to keeping up with them, but I think probably a lot of teams now, especially, that was upper bracket, remember, ladies and gentlemen, they're probably going to have to start keeping an eye on TYL. They might have to start keeping up with TYL, because again, just based on kind of, I mean, our predictions, based on kind of just a lot of things, you know, FPX were the favorites here. Some people predicted FPX to go all the way to the finals and such. This has been a huge upset, all things considered, and to do it as comfortably, as, you know, as big of a statement made as we've just seen there, ladies and gents, that's going to be a factor that could, if anything, put a target on TYL's back the way Wolves had early kind of on last year, kind of based on their performances. So who knew? TYL maybe the new Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, and how fun would that be? I just think, you know, it's great, and I like that the spotlight is shining a little bit brighter on China. I got to see Wolves at Masters last year. Very, very pleasantly surprised with what I saw, and so I'm looking forward to see which teams from this region get to move on to some of these international events. But yeah, I mean, we can only hope that they continue to bring kind of like this rigor and this caliber of gameplay to the international stage, because I think it's time. I'm looking forward to later this year when Champs is in China, because I think there's a lot of talent they have to show. But speaking of Wolves, I mean, they did win their matchup earlier today, so another team, if we're keeping an eye out on teams who are looking strong, I mean, I think Wolves are still there. I mean, granted, it wasn't quite as one-sided as, of course, this series was, but I mean, still looking strong, still doing well. And I think I mean, overall, I mean, I think there's a lot of great talent to be said. I don't think that this is the end of FPX just because they had a bad series. Like we said, I think TYL was going to win the series anyway, but I think there's some easy fixes for them. But we'll see.
The nice thing about easy fixes is, in theory, they are just kind of one-off mistakes. I mean, we're looking right now at the stat breakdown here. I mean, look at that. Top 3 are all members of TYL, which highlights your point exactly, Kaiserine, of, oh, congratulations, you killed Slowly. Slowly isn't even the best performer of the series right now. Like, Slowly was doing incredible during that, during Haven, don't get me wrong, but Splash is still the #1 performer, and for anyone that needs to see it, here we have the full bracket. We are in the upper bracket, of course, right now, and this will be the breakdown for it. This is the top map bracket. You get to see the updates there. The roster's, of course, now updated for Trace Esports and Wolves. Wolves going on to fight XLG, TYL going on to play EDG, and then the backup from there will be going through. So there's still a lot more of this to be going on. Do not be upset at all, ladies and gentlemen. We are only just starting.
And you know what, I just gotta point out real quick, I love the way that they're doing this graphic for their brackets. I love kind of the full shields, light shields, and then regen shields. I mean, what a unique way. But what a nice way to kind of just visualize, right? How this bracket goes. Yeah, this was an upper bracket game, but I guess you could look at it as saying, well, Wolves and TYL are still in the full shield zone right now, while the others are popping down to regen territory. But yeah, just what a nice little graphic and a nice little way to think about that. We do have some exciting matches though coming up. We of course have AG versus Nova, which I think is going to be a pretty exciting match. I got my eye on that one, and of course JDG versus TEC. So 2 more good matches coming up. But I mean, could we have asked for a better day one? I don't think so.
Definitely a commanding day one, and it's a statement and a half to kind of open up VCT China. It's a statement and a half to open that up as well as we've done it. We've seen a lot of different maps as well. Like the map pool as well so far does seem to be quite diverse. Again, we got to see a Pearl. Wasn't expecting that for a while, kind of if at all. So excellent stuff there. And yeah, the teams to be very much, they seem to be committed. They seem to have prepared themselves. And I mean, TYL, we're not expecting to win that. We mentioned the All Gamers versus Nova. All Gamers, like last VCT China, were getting a little bit disrespected, is probably the most polite way to put it. Like, people weren't really giving them like the space that they deserved, or maybe, and then All Gamers came in and proved them wrong, proved people exactly why they should be given respect, why they should be considered a force to be reckoned with. So those games will be tomorrow, and again, TEC as well, just to keep an eye on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we still got far more action to show you. So there will not be any sort of lull in this series coming forward.
Yeah, a great way to start this off. Like you said, we have good matches tomorrow. Thank you all for watching day 1 of VCT China. Of course, this is the English broadcast brought to you by Project Horizon. If you're not already following them on pretty much all socials, they're streaming on Twitch, they're streaming on YouTube. They have an active Twitter, so definitely keep updated with them, because this is right now the only English broadcast of this VCT China region, so definitely want to keep an eye out. And of course, it can't go without saying thank you so much, Matt Dante, for casting with me. Always a pleasure to be reunited with you. Just lots of fun, as always.
As always, and the exact same thing to you, Queen. Big shout out to the players, shout out to BDOS for the translation, shout out as well for like Charlotte and Zobi and Rigger for cast before ourselves. A big show, and then tomorrow, of course, brand new, fresher faces in terms of the casting desk and the teams. But everyone, that is going to be us for the night. We will be seeing you again. For us, it's very, for me at least, it's very fresh-faced in the morning. Time zones are a thing and a half to deal with, but we will see you then, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for joining us. All the best.
As I've been choking on emotions. I've entangled my thoughts. 'Cause the longer I stay awake, the further I erode you. When I'm falling from cloud nine, will you catch me before the fall? Without you, I'm terrified. Without you here by my side, I'm so dependent. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say, you know me, I got no time to waste. Type of energy that can't be replaced, no debate. We can take it back to my place. I can turn around, let me show you how it tastes, yeah. A baller, mine on the dollar. Swallowing the bottle while you're smoking on gelato. Now do you need some of that noodle? Just tell me that you're coming through. Why can't we ever bounce? Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm?
Nothing could have prepared me for the high stakes heartbreak that surrounds me. You want me, you won't let me go. So I burn slow. I can feel you coming like a wildfire. demons unleashed from your mind hold me steady. 'Cause you